Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to what we've got here going on. MLK Day Matinee is coming up, of course, on Monday, but we've got afternoon basketball for you right now here at Clayton State as they will take on the South Carolina Aiken Pacers, Mitch Evans and Bill Schindler. We're happy to be with you. The women getting things going first here for the Lakers. Not going very well, Bill, for this women's team right now as they went on the road. And they had a two-game winning streak going on. Now they've got a two-game losing streak after they come back and lose by 8 at Francis Marion and then and trailed early and big in that first game and then lost a 2-point toughie to Georgia College on Wednesday. So we're looking at a 6-7 overall record, 3-4 in the conference, and now what we've got is this 3 games in 5 day stretch through Wednesday. But the good news, found some good news, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Is that here at home, Clayton State's 4-1. So they're coming home and look to rectify things here.
And they've got a nice stretch to do so,
Right.
and they should start off with that today if things go as planned against the USC Aiken team that has also struggled a bit. But, the good news, Mitch, is we talked about this is a team that had won those 2 games in a row here at home, and they didn't shoot well. They didn't actually play particularly that great in those wins. Then they go on the road. You can throw out, I think, the one on the road in Florence against Francis Marion was not a good performance, but it was a very tight game against Georgia College.
Right.
They lost by 2. You had 3 players in double figures, Racklin at 21, and then you saw Foster with 14 and Bland off the bench with 14. And they shot well. So this is a team that is getting in the right mode. Talking with Kalina Coleman, she seemed to be talking about, look, I've just tried to simplify things, get them to just go out and play. They're playing well defensively, but slow it down and take smart shots offensively. If they can do that, that's a team that can start winning these tight games again. And I think, again, this 3-game homestand against a team that has struggled starting it off could be just the right formula for them.
That's another positive coming into this is that this is a team that's 3-10, 0-7 in the conference. They've lost 8 in a row, and also this is a team that you've already beaten by 21 points, 74-53 up in Aiken on December 16th. So those are all good things that the Lakers hopefully, and again, you got to go out there and you got to execute it and you got to play. But hopefully that's something that here the Lakers can get going again using the next 3 games here at home, at least starting in this game. Now, the Pacers getting beat by an average margin of 10 points per game, but they're led by Villarica and Carrollton High School product Emily Waters. She's a sophomore. She's averaging 13.5 points per game, also 6.5 rebounds. All-time series for these 2 schools. Lakers lead at 21-13. They won 7 of the last 9 meetings, and that again includes that win back on the 16th of December of now last year. So that about sums it all up. We've got the starting lineups coming up for you. Opening tip just around the corner. Clayton State Lakers basketball action coming up next. Theo Celeste, of course, the voice there with your starting lineups. Clayton State and USC Aiken almost ready to go for the Lakers. Asia Grimsley, Kieta Saunders, Tatiana Foster, Breland Rackley, and Alicia Merriweather will get it going for the Pacers. Kyrie Chandler, Melik Two-Wheel, Celine Vega, Star Toomey, and Emily Waters will start for the Pacers.
And Mitch, before we get on to the broadcast too, can I just say, and I don't know if anybody out there watching has heard this news yet, but we want to pass on, I think this goes for both of us, condolences and what was our a very big respect as broadcasters to Keith Jackson, who just passed away at 89 years old. And one of those where I'm sure we both, as guys who sat behind the microphone, have always looked up to him.
No doubt, an icon.
Yes.
In the world of sports broadcasting. Keith Jackson, many memories. We'll talk a little bit more about him. Alicia Merriweather and Star Toomey to jump and get it going, and it is controlled, fought for, and still fought for, and here come the Lakers away with it. Tatiana Foster for Clayton State. We're underway. Grimsley faked on the three, drives the baseline, and off the mark, rebounded by Toomey. Your game officials, Tyrell Johnson, Michael Morris, Bruce Kimbrell, Mitch Evans and Bill Schindler with you. From the lock, first of two between USC Aiken and Clayton State. Working it around the perimeter, get it down low to Emily Waters on the post. Now back out top to Vega with three to shoot. Still looking, and they get one off, and it's going to come up short and not hit anything. So that will be a shot clock violation for the Pacers, and the Lakers will get the basketball.
Signature Laker defense.
Up the right sideline here for Clayton State, Foster. Now stops. Merriweather at the top of the three-point circle. A three from Grimsley. Offline. Nice rebound on the glass by Merriweather. Can't get it to fall. And another offensive rebound. And another three from Grimsley. It's time. Asia hits it. And we're on the board, 3-zip in favor of Clayton State.
That was a great offensive set, not only for the fact of the shooting, obviously, for three, but the offensive rebounding, spectacular.
Chandler up top, Foster guarding her. And then poked away by Merriweather. She clears away from the field, and she'll lay it up in with the left hand. And Alicia Merriweather on the board with her first bucket. She had 6 points and 3 rebounds against the Pacers in the win last month for the Lakers. And a quick timeout there by Mark Miller in his second season with USC Aiken, as his Pacers have fallen behind in just the opening minute and a half by the score of 5-zip, Bill.
You're right. That is a quick timeout. Usually you let it play a little bit longer, but they've had some problems with not getting inside spacing. You'd like to see Waters, if you're a Pacers fan, try to get some of those rebounds. But the Lakers, I mean, give them credit, especially Alicia Merriweather, getting in there, getting those kickbacks, kind of volleyballing it back out. She had a miss inside, but then she got her own rebound and kicked it back outside. They got that three. And then Merriweather also knowing that Waters is the player they want to go to, and that's who they're going to highlight. She even got in the passing lane as a big, got the steal. Like I've always said, inside the heart of every big in basketball is a guard. Well, it came out, and you get to see that steal and drive to the paint and to the bucket.
Yeah, 6'2", Emily Waters, the sophomore from Villa Rica. And she certainly has a size advantage. There's no doubt about that. We'll see how much they can lean on that. Waters on the season is their leading scorer again, 13.5 points per game, and just about their leader in rebounding at 6.4, as that is Toomey, who leads them with 6.6. Here's Waters, stops at the elbow, and now gets it over to Two-Wheel, puts it on the floor, in traffic, nice dish off down low to Waters, can't finish, and the Lakers pull it down with A.B. Rackley. Saunders left side. Now to Foster. Grimsley thought about a three again. Got it down low to Merriweather in the paint. Asia again from downtown. Asia Grimsley feeling it from three-point range. And Asia on the season now with 15 three-pointers. She's trying to get to 30%, which would be the leader on this Clayton State team. A three there from the corner. No good for the Pacers, and the Lakers away with it. It's Merriweather. Grimsley again. No. He checked there for Asia, the back tap, and the Lakers get the basketball again off the offensive glass. 8-zip. Lakers already on top here in the opening 3 minutes at the lock on USC Aiken. And now Kalina Coleman calling out a play to Foster. Grimsley down low to Rackley. Nice setup pass, and it drops for Rack.
And
10-0.
Well,
Lakers.
That's what Kalina Coleman wanted, is a slower offense, and they did it. They milked away 20 seconds on that possession after
Here's
an offensive
Waters.
rebound.
Here's the guard that Bill was talking about, and she sets it up for the first bucket for the Pacers. And that was Toomey, excuse me. And then the rebound there by Toomey. And Chandler was able to get by from the steal attempt by Saunders, and now she's trapped in the corner on the baseline and bounces it off of A.B. Rackley. Now substitutions, Marissa Bruce in, as well as Sade Johnson, as they replace Vega and Waters for USC Aiken. 10-2, Clayton State, the early lead here on USC Aiken. Three-point attempt from Two-Wheel. Came up short, and the bounce in the corner is Grimsley, and then she gets run over by Two-Wheel. The two-wheeler. Watch out.
Yeah, usually that's not a good thing. But the Lakers will take it with
2
that.
wheels, 4 wheels,
Yeah,
18 wheels.
Better 2 than 4.
So that's the first on Two-Wheel, who is the sophomore guard out of Lake St. Louis, Missouri. Lakers basketball 4 minutes into this first quarter. Cross court to Rackley into the paint, and then she forced it and lost it. And coming away with it for the Pacers was Sade Johnson. Three-point attempt, left side. Swishing it there was Kyrie Chandler, junior out of Powder Springs and North Cobb High School. Three from Rackley. Back iron comes out to Grimsley, and now she'll pull it back out. Foster down low on the block to Merriweather. Turns, and an air ball there, and another rebound for Toomey. I'll get that right. Don't know why I want to call her Mooney. And it rolls off the rim there for the Pacers on the shot attempt by Two-Wheel. Come away with the rebound, though, and shot there is off the mark. Rebounded by Rackley. And this is Foster up the right wing. Tried to get up a pass to Merriweather, and it got picked off by the Pacers. Their freshman swing guard forward, Marissa Bruce, who's from Tequila, Georgia. Oh, and then a pass down low. In some way, Toomey was able to get it. It looked like she wasn't even looking for the pass.
Yeah.
So start Toomey with 4, and all of a sudden after a 10-0 start for Clayton State, the guests come online and they score 7 in a row, and we're at 10-7 with a timeout. 4:34 left in this first quarter.
Well, let's start with the good. The good is the Lakers are rebounding exceptionally well. I think offensively and defensively, we'll get the numbers momentarily, but they are doing a great job on the glass. Here's the problem, and all of a sudden why Aiken has found its way back into this game after trailing by so much so early. The Lakers are not doing what Kalina Coleman wants them to do, and that's slow it down on offense. They're playing that really good defense, that pressing, really up-tempo defense, getting in the passing lanes. They're doing that well. The problem is they get back on offense, and they're taking a shot within 5 to 10 seconds. They need to slow it down, let the plays set up, and take good shots, and we haven't seen that as much as I think Kalina would like.
Oh, let's see what happens here on this possession for the Lakers. Right now it's Foster who gets it out to Saunders, who takes a wild three-point shot about halfway into the shot clock there and off the mark. And they get the ball down low to Waters. Won't fall. Rebound to the Lakers, and Valencia Johnson, who's in for the first time. So we'll see if they go even more than halfway with the shot clock. Grimsley, they get it down low to Johnson on the baseline, and she's fouled as she turned to shoot.
Well, there they did. They go at least with 12 seconds on the shot clock before they take the shot, and they get to the foul line.
And the foul on two-wheel. Check that. Foul is on Marissa Bruce. Marissa Bruce played in 4 Final Fours and won 2 state titles at Buford High School, as Johnson misses the first. So she's well known in the state of Georgia, and in her first season now at USC Aiken. In the prior game, Bruce 5.6 rebounds in the loss for USC Aiken. Lakers miss both there from Johnson, but they get the rebound, so they get a fresh shot clock. Grimsley going to drive the baseline and put it up, no good, but she was fouled. And so she'll go to the line. Or no, they'll inbound. Check that. The foul goes on Sade Johnson, her first.
It's a young team, Mitch. You were talking about that. It's a team that they've recruited well. They just don't know how to finish so far. That's kind of been their problem this year in Aiken.
Taquana Blandon to throw in, gets it to Foster. She dishes off to Rackley, stops and puts it up, but came up with nothing but air again for the Lakers. And the rebound off the miss going to the Pacers, and then stuck in the corner there, and they got a 5-second violation. Or no, what'd they call there, a foul?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a tough call. So they hang one on AB, and she'll come out, and Brittany Hardman will check in. That was tough right there for the Lakers.
It's a tough call, especially when you're stymied like that, and then the foul goes defensively. You know, that's tough. I agree with you. Usually that's going to be let them play.
Chandler throws it away. Lakers have a 3-on-1, and the pass to Johnson. She misses on the layup attempt, so the Lakers come away with nothing, and then a bad foul there by Bland. And Taquana, you know, she has been actually on the 2 games that they were on the road. She played well in regards to points scored. She had 10 against Francis Marion and 14 against Georgia College. She didn't shoot it well. She had a total of 24 points in those 2 games, but was 5 of 23 from the field.
Yeah, they like, though, that she comes off the bench. They feel like it gives them a little bit more energy.
3-pointer no good from Vega. Lakers again with a rebound. Foster goes crossover, puts it up, misses. Lakers another offensive rebound. Foster in and out. Lakers again get it back off the offensive glass. Again miss on the attempt there. Valencia Johnson got snuffed out. And then at the other end, here's Waters, spins into the lane and misses. So we've gotten a little ugly here. It's still 10-7. Kalina Coleman wanting her squad to attack the basket, and
especially against this
now
zone.
all of a sudden they've gone patient here. Working it in to Johnson on the baseline. Up top to Grimsley. Foul line, stops and pops. Another miss. And another rebound for the Pacers. Two-wheel got it into the corner to Vega, and the shot there at the foul line misses the mark by Two-wheel. Lakers again, other end. Foster in the corner to Grimsley. Faked the three, drove to the hoop, and banked it in. Nice basket there by Grimsley. She's got 8, and the Lakers are up 12-7. Minute and a half left in this first quarter at the lock. Carrie Chandler calling out a play. 3-time MVP at Wentzville. Excuse me, that is on the miss there by Emily Waters. We'll get back to Two-wheel in a second. Lakers working it around the perimeter, taking their time. Foster in the corner to Danilena Clarity, drives the baseline and stepped out.
It's interesting watching Aiken. They've gone to a bit of a zone and slowed the Lakers offense down.
Kieta Saunders back in for Clayton State, and Jade Hayes reports in for the first time this afternoon. Into the final minute of this first quarter. Lakers on top of the Pacers, 12-7. Good defense in the backcourt, but they're able to get it across. And then Carrie Chandler with too deep of a pass on the bounce pass intended for Waters, and the Lakers are able to come away with the loose ball. It's Saunders here with it. And the junior guard from Chicago just going to take her time right now. 12-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. 10 seconds to shoot for Clayton State. Clarity with it now to Grimsley. Clarity throws it over to Saunders. Gets it down low, and then a tie-up, and the Lakers throw away literally that possession as it'll go over to the Pacers with 13 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Well, at least they were doing what we talked about, where they're taking longer offensively. They're not trying to force the shots, but obviously goes without saying there, a little bit too long with a shot clock violation.
8 seconds left here in the quarter. Driving to the basket, putting it up, missing, but getting fouled was Chandler. She had 11 points against CSU back on December 16th. Watch her from downtown. She was 3 of 6 in that game. Again, junior guard, 5'7" from Powder Springs and North Cobb High School. And Chandler's first free throw is good, so she's got 4 now. Chandler from the line this season, 66%. Couple of bounces, puts it up, and gets the roll. So Chandler's got 5. We've got 5 seconds left in the first, and the Lakers with a 3-point lead. Enough time to go across and put up a shot here. Grimsley with the dribble and shoots and hits the front rim and bounces away at the end of the opening 10 minutes. With that said, the Lakers with a 12-9 lead over the USC Aiken Pacers. Clayton State Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Stay connected to all your favorite Lakers sports teams on social media. Also get up-to-date scores and stats by visiting ClaytonStateSports.com. So the first quarter, Bill, is the Lakers' best quarter of them all when you look at the statistics over the season. They outscored their opposition coming into this game 208 to 193. In every other quarter, they get outscored. They lead by 3 here against a USC Aiken team that has lost 8 in a row, hasn't won in the conference yet. They've already beaten them this season, and the Lakers didn't separate themselves. Are you thinking about this possibly being this type of game the whole way?
I no.
Okay.
I mean, I think that, and again, we'll see how this plays out. You're right. I mean, statistically, that's how the Lakers have played. And look, I think that this is a team that they will start getting it together. They played well very early on, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was the switching to a bit of a zone. What it was, it slowed down their offense. And then we did see Aiken make a bit of a run. They had a few good possessions. And then, I mean, we could separate. I think that first quarter was kind of, we separate in the thirds. First third, the Lakers did well. Second third, Aiken did well. Third, well, nobody did well. And so
that's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not too panicked
It was 10-0,
yet.
10-7,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of ugliness.
Yes. I'm not panicked yet, though.
Okay. So the Pacers with it to start this second quarter here at the Lock. Mitch Evans, Bill Schindler with you. Clayton State on top, 12-9. Chandler on the floor, drives to the basket. Good defense. She misses. Lakers come away with it. Foster down low to Merriweather. Behind the back pass to Rackley, who got the spin to drop. Oh, what a pass.
Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about it. Those two players are really good, Merriweather and Rackley, and they work well together. When they're on the floor, good things will happen.
Nicely broken pressure there. Foul line shot offline for the Pacers. Lakers come away with it. It's Grimsley 1-on-5. Scoops it up and doesn't get the roll, but she will go to the line after a blocking foul on the Pacers.
And that was the 17th rebound of the game for the Lakers. We talked about how well they're doing it. They've got 7 offensive, now 10 defensive rebounds. And Rackley having a good game herself. That is her 4th rebound. Of course, Grimsley with 8 points leads the way for the Lakers scoring.
Kyrie Chandler, her first foul. Grimsley at the line, 71% on the season from the stripe, hits the first. She had 13 points against the Pacers back on December 16th. Liberal studies major, Asia Grimsley, in her junior season here at Clayton State. Can't hit the second, and the Pacers reel it in off the board. Break the pressure, get into their front court. Two-wheel, call out of play. Bruce gives to Chandler for 3. Nothing but net for Carrie Chandler, her second from downtown. And again, she was 3 of 6 on three-pointers from the floor in that first game, in which the Pacers fell to the Lakers. Three-pointer from Grimsley again, and nails it again. So Asia Grimsley says, you know what? You got 2, I got 3. How about that?
Asia Grimsley, wow, she's already in double figures.
18-12 Clayton State. And yes, Asia Grimsley with 12 points already in this one. And a lazy pass stolen. Lakers 3-on-2. Grimsley to the basket. And a nice layup off the glass. And the Lakers all of a sudden on a run, and they lead it by the score of 20-12. And really it's mostly Asia Grimsley with 14 points. Baseline jumper is money there by Shaylin Baldwin. Freshman forward from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in for the first time this afternoon. 2014 Clayton State. Foster attacks the basket and gets swatted away by Toomey there. And for Star Toomey, her 21st block of the season, which leads this Pacers team. Just for context, by the way, leading shot blocker on the Lakers is Kieta Saunders with 4. 3 from Grimsley. That time. And the rebound is Johnson. And then the pass intended for Toomey, almost stolen by Rackley, but the Pacers come away with it. Bruce with it. And then gets it taken away by Merriweather, 2-on-1. And you know what? Alicia says, I don't need any help. I'm just going to go right to the rack.
Second time she's driven all the way after a steal in this game.
Both her buckets have come that way. Clayton State up 8 in the opening 3 minutes of this second quarter. Nicely done there by Bruce. She goes to the basket, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Marissa Bruce, be her second.
Not sure what Kalina Coleman said to her team in the break between the first quarter and the second quarter, but whatever it is, a little bit of a fire. They've started to play well again. And again, look, I mean, Asia Grimsley, what a start to this game.
Yep, Asia Grimsley has been lights out so far. I mean, she had 12 points in the loss against Francis Marion and 8 in the 2-point defeat at Georgia College. But she's amped it up in this one with 14. Rackley down low, got it poked out of her hand. She got it back. Same thing happened again, and they call it traveling on that occasion. So the ball goes back to USC Aiken. Some light pressure in the backcourt from Clayton State as Two-Wheel throws it ahead to Johnson, who puts it on the floor, stops. Working around the perimeter, left corner, and then a pass that was intended for Toomey got picked off by Clayton State. Toomey wasn't looking for it, and Two-Wheel just kind of threw it to her. So Kieta Saunders now back in, running the show for Clayton State. Works it around Bland for 3. Got her own rebound in the corner, was able to swat it nicely to Merriweather, and then Alicia, I don't know what she was trying to do there, threw it on the baseline, and the ball got deflected out of bounds, so it will stay with the Lakers. That's what happened down there,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Might be part of it. It did look like almost like a pass from here, but I think it was more of a swat away. And then Rackley's going to lose it that time, unfortunately. So Aiken will get the turnover.
And they'll bring it up. Chandler with it. Saunders keeping an eye on her. A lot of dribbling, not enough passing, it seems like, from USC Aiken. Could have been a travel, and was a travel on Johnson.
Well,
so another turnover. This is one aspect, both these teams, the Lakers +7 on turnover ratio, and for USC Aiken, it's a -3.5. So that certainly plays into the Lakers' hands.
And this is a team built on those turnovers. Nice pass inside.
And coming away with it is USC Aiken off the glass. But good pressure from the Lakers, and the ball's going to go back to Clayton State. I don't know if the ball was deflected off of one of the Pacers or not, but Clayton State back with it. Grimsley throws in underneath her own hoop. And there's Asia wide open from downtown and in and out. Another offensive board for Clayton State, though. Rackley at the elbow. Works it to Saunders up top for 3. And again, way off the mark for Kieta. Another offensive board for Clayton State, though. So we've got a theme going on here in the second quarter. Kieta sets up Merriweather with a nice look down low, and it goes.
Beautiful
so Alicia
pass.
with the nice touch from inside. She's got 6, and the Lakers with their biggest lead now of this first half. They lead USC Aiken 24-14, 4:38 left in this first half, Bill.
Beautiful entry pass there by Saunders. And again, the theme of this game has become and continue to be the offensive rebound. I mean, rebounding as a whole has been good for Clayton State, but the offensive rebounding has really helped them out. Again, they haven't shot. We'll get the next printout, but the last one I had was about 25% from the field. So, again, it's not a great shooting day, but the offensive rebounding, they've gotten the misses, and eventually they've gotten the putbacks, and so now it's nice enough to open up this 10-point gap.
As you said, too, all of a sudden you felt like the last, I'd say the last half of that first quarter was the Lakers not playing good, and then kind of finding themselves here in the opening minutes of this second quarter, not necessarily going back to the way they were playing at that beginning of that first quarter, but just passing the ball well, setting people up, and hitting some shots. And now all of a sudden, it's gone back to missing a lot of shots, but they're still controlling the glass.
I'm not sure if the zone threw them a bit, what really kind of threw the Lakers off, but they've started to get back into the way they want to play. They've slowed it down well.
My goodness. They got 11 offensive rebounds. Of their 22. They've got 11 and 11 right now.
Compared to 1 for USC Aiken.
Wow. Lakers with a 22-13 rebounding advantage overall. And lead it by 10. Stopping and popping and missing there was Chandler. Nice rebound by Two-Wheel. Waters, post, turns, misses. Hardman swipes the board for the Lakers.
12 defensive rebound, and now 23 total for the Lakers.
Valencia Johnson back in. And so too is Jade Hayes. And also shooting it there from the left corner and hitting it, Delania Clarity, the freshman from Riverdale, with a 3. And the Lakers are up 13, 27-14. Double team now, and they're going to call a foul on Clarity as Chandler was actually calling for it as she was dribbling, and I thought she had a reason to gripe, and then she got fouled that second time where they whistled it at least.
Clarity's been a pretty good spark, too, for a freshman off the bench. She's provided some good minutes.
And here's Chandler with it. And they get it down low. A great setup for Emily Waters, her first bucket of the afternoon. And it trims the Pacers' deficit to 11. Under 3.5 left in the first half. Hayes for 3. And Two-Wheel with the glass on that. Here's Chandler. Looking for help. Down low. Turning and shooting and missing was Waters, but they're starting to get her set up down low, Bill.
She is one of those players that is not going to be particularly mobile at 6'2", but you can pass her open. What I mean by that is you can put it up high, and she'll come down with it. And so if they have some good entry passes to her, then she can become a force, and we've started to see that a bit now.
So they still sit in that 2-3 zone. 6 to shoot. Oh, nice pass down low to Johnson from Saunders. Beautiful assist. Valencia with her first 2 points. And the Lakers go back up by 13. Yetta Saunders kind of lulled them to sleep and pulled both defenders and wide open for the basket. And that won't count, but a foul on Clayton State. Clarity is whistled up for her first. And check that, make that 2 on Delania. She was scoreless in the 7 minutes that she played in the first game last month against the Pacers. Chandler for 3. Not that time. Fought for, and it's going to stay where we are. A foul on the Lakers. And it will be on Hayes. So the junior from Land O'Lakes, Florida, now with her first personal. Chandler gets the inbound. Lanesha Lee in for the first time. This is Phoenicia Howard. Hangs in the air and is able to put it in and one. So Howard, the junior from Munford, Tennessee, immediately making her presence known with a tough hoop. And the foul on Brittany Hardman for the Lakers. Her first. She had 3 fouls in 4 minutes in the first game against the Pacers. That's tough to do. Howard completes the three-point play. Think about that. You're in the game for 4 minutes. You commit 3 fouls.
Accomplishment, but not something you want.
Saunders misses, rebound out of bounds, and it goes to the Pacers. I thought that was off of them. Guess not. Under 2 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Clayton State leading by 10 and stepping out of bounds when she fielded the pass in the half court was Lanisha Lee. So the ball goes back to Clayton State. Minute 49 left. 29-19. Lakers up. And the pass down low picked off, and then Hayes got it back. And now a whistle.
I think the shot clock reset. And are they going to say it wasn't a change of possession?
Okay, yeah, because the clock did reset. No one really did have possession of the ball.
Yeah.
It was still Clayton State's basketball, technically.
You know, Mitch, the final, we got about 97 seconds here till the half. This is going to be interesting to watch how Clayton State, because I think this is where they can start pulling away a little bit.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, I'm looking like the clock guy.
Yeah. We could have just told him a number.
That would be Mike Mead, wouldn't it be? Is Mike the official timekeeper for this game?
We'll blame Mike. Why not? Or give him credit. We'll give Mike credit. Mike, who's been here he's got the keys to everything.
Yes. Good guy to know, Mike Mead. Lakers basketball. Shot clock was put back to 19 seconds. They've got 10 to shoot now. Rackley down low, double teamed, hook won't drop, and the board to the Pacers. So tough luck for AB there. And they get it down low, but can't finish is Toomey. And tough fight by Taquana Bland to reel in the rebound.
Nice.
Nice shot there by Alicia Merriweather. She's got such a beautiful touch. I mean, really is smooth, silky smooth. 31-19, stolen by Rackley. 4-on-1, and AB misses, gets her own rebound, and then puts it back.
That's a stat pattern right there. She gets the rebound and the points.
33-19, 30 seconds left. Biggest lead, 14 for Clayton State. Lee almost lost it but regained it, so the Pacers keep the basketball. Lee in front of us, stopped her dribble. Two-wheel, top of the three-point circle. Waved on the screen and then swished from the foul line. Nice shot there by Two-wheel.
Oh, yeah, nice move, too, to get herself open.
And a traveling call with under a second left. So it'll go back to the Pacers, and they'll have to inbound from their own baseline. They get it up in time, and the shot attempt there by Lee went off the backboard, so it would have gone. It would have counted if it went.
Yeah.
Wow, they got that off in 0.5 seconds. Well, that's the end of the first half, and it was an interesting first half at that. Your halftime score, Clayton State 33, USC Aiken 21. Bill and I back in just a couple of minutes. We got the Ortho Atlanta halftime report when we return from this break. Hey, thanks for watching Lakers basketball. Time for the Ortho Atlanta halftime report. Ortho Atlanta orthopedic and sports medicine specialists provide comprehensive orthopedic care to patients in the greater Atlanta area. Their expert team includes 35 orthopedic surgeons and more than 50 additional healthcare professionals such as physician assistants, nurse practitioners, physical therapists, occupational and hand therapists, as well as the staff, all of them dedicated to patient care. When you need to improve your health from an injury or illness, trust the orthopedic surgeons and staff at Ortho Atlanta to help you perform and live life at your best. 33-21 Clayton State on top of USC Aiken here at the half. Mitch Evans and Bill Schindler back with you. And look, both these teams didn't really shoot it all that well, but the story was the fact that the Lakers were able to just reel in an insane amount of offensive rebounds, try 12 of their 26 overall rebounds, and that really was very much the story. Points in the paint, second chance points for the Lakers. Bill, they controlled it. The question is, coming into the second half, will they be able to still do what they've been doing here in the first? I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't see any sign of it slowing down, but it is an amazing amount of offensive rebounds. And again, the double edge to that is that you're missing a lot of shots, but you're getting those shots back, and they're doing well. You mentioned the points in the paint, 16 points in the paint. They've also shot it pretty well from three, at least. Well, I should say one person has, Asia Grimsley. She's got 3 of the 4 three-pointers that they've had. It's kind of been all, I guess it's interesting. The points in the paint, you mentioned 16 points in the paint. They've got those 4 three-pointers. So it's either really close or really distant. I mean, that's what, 28 points out of the 33 have been one of those two. Mm-hmm. And then you mix in, I guess, from free throws and different things, mid-range shots. But mostly it has been either, hey, we're close, or getting the offensive rebounds, we're putting it back up off the glass.
Or we're throwing it up from downtown.
Exactly. So that's been the game. I mean, but I'm impressed. The spacing inside has been good. And I think this is a team that I'm really happy to see the way they are scrapping for those boards.
Asia Grimsley leads the way with 14, as we said. 5. She's taken 13 shots in the first half. 5 of 13. 13 of the 38 shots by the Lakers. So that's 1/3. Mathematician all of a sudden here. 3 of 8 from downtown. Look, both these teams don't shoot it well to begin with coming in. I mean, the Lakers were at 36%, and they're shooting it at 37%. And USC Aiken, it shoots it at 38%, and they're shooting it at 32%. So it's not like either one of these teams have been on the season, marksmen from, outside or field goal. I mean, we've seen the Lakers in many games, Bill, doing exactly what's going on here, missing point-blank range shots, getting offensive rebounds, and then missing them again. It's not hurting them in this game because you're playing a team. Well, let's be honest with each other. Again, they've lost 8 in a row for a reason. And right now the Lakers are able to prey on that, if you will. They have not trailed. Clayton State has led for all the way, nearly 19 minutes. The game was tied for a minute. No lead changes. Lakers been on top the whole way again. Along with Grimsley's 14, Breland Rackley with 6 points, also 5 rebounds. Alicia Merriweather with 8 points. She's 4 of 6 from the floor. She has had and made most of her point-blank opportunities so far this game with that beautiful touch of hers. She
has, and 2 of those have been off of steals where she stole it in the lane and then, or stole it, I should say, in the passing lane and then drove all the way. And, it's nice that Merriweather, we talk about Rackley too, and we'll throw her in there, but Merriweather, also one of those players that the big's down low, but she's versatile, and we've seen Merriweather play. I think it's interesting for her size. She is very, very nimble.
Right. Clayton State with a 13-7 advantage in points off turnovers coming into this game. Number that I was looking at closely was that Clayton State's got a +6 advantage in games, points off turnovers. USC Aiken is a -4. And so right here we are in this first half, and it's kind of playing out. Lakers with a 12-point lead. That's been a little bit of the story here in this first half as well. But again, the Lakers and Asia Grimsley leading the way right now, leading the charge with 14 points in this first half, and Clayton State leading at 33-21. Any other thoughts, sir?
I think just keep doing what the Lakers have been doing, and if they continue to do that, maybe, like we said, there's always room for improvement shooting-wise, but I think keep up the rebounds, keep up the good pressure, and that's going to lead to a W.
And that's going to lead to us coming back in just a minute to bring you third quarter action between Clayton State and USC Aiken. And we are ready to get the second half underway. Third quarter action with the Lakers to inbound. Kieta Saunders, Tatiana Foster, Alicia Merriweather, Asia Grimsley, and the senior, A.B. Rackley, starting out the third for the Lakers. Working a weave here. Grimsley right to the basket. The scoop doesn't go, but she gets fouled. So Asia picking right up where she left off. With another attempt here, and the Lakers are feeding her, Bill. They're letting her go.
When you got the swagger going, just keep feeding her. She is feeling it today. Great first half, and it makes sense. Just give her the ball right away.
Fouls on Vega, her first, and Grimsley can't get the first to go. Another coming for Grimsley. And she goes 1 of 2 at the line, 71% on the season. And the Lakers up 13. Asia now with 15. Break the pressure, do the Pacers. And that's some good ball dribbling there by Celine Vega, sophomore from Orlando. Chandler, who led the way with 8. Down low to Waters, turns, and then tried to set up Toomey down low with a hard pass, close quarters, good look, good intention. Goes out of bounds off of Clayton State as they deflected it.
That was a no-looker in the paint.
Yeah. Chandler throws in, or looking to throw in, and does so to Waters, who was thinking 3. Goes baseline, stops and pops, can't get the banker to go. Offensive rebound was Toomey, fought for, and it's Two-Wheel who gets it cross-court to Chandler, and they'll reset.
Maybe it's that side of the gym that's got the offensive rebounds.
Good point. Oh, there's a foul on Foster's. She knocked over Chandler. Then almost looked at the referee and said, "Who, me? What?"
That was the offensive goal in the first half for the Lakers. They were grabbing a lot of offensive boards, and now all of a sudden USC Aiken down there, and they're getting their own offensive boards.
Foster's first foul. And the basketball staying with the Pacers. Two-Wheel gets a screen from Waters, drives the baseline, and a nice look to try and get it down low to Toomey. Got it, and then Waters is able to put it in. Off the look from Vega. Waters with 4, averaging 13.5, and then a travel on Clayton State, so it'll go back to the Pacers. They trail it by 11, 34-23 in the opening minute and a half here at the Lock. Vega on the right sideline, gets it to Waters, who stops in the lane and banks it home. Whoa, Nelly.
Well, she had been, she was relatively quiet. They played pretty well not getting the ball to her defensively, the Lakers, and now you start seeing Aiken start to focus on her and get her the ball, and she's tough down low.
Merriweather for 3 and an air ball. I got no response out of you from my Whoa Nelly.
I like it. It's a good Keith Jackson.
There you go. We lost Keith Jackson today as an ode to Keith Jackson. I threw out a whoa. I didn't go full force. I didn't go whoa Nelly.
Didn't go granddaddy of them all.
There you go. Pacers with the basketball, down 9. Oh, they could have called a travel on Waters. They didn't. And Merriweather comes away with it. She'll bring it across. And now Grimsley for 3. Hit the front rim and fought for. And the Pacers, were they out of bounds when the ball, I think it was. The ball was out of bounds when Marissa Bruce was able to reel it in. Or actually, her foot was out of bounds when she reeled it in. So Taquana Bland now in for Kieta Saunders. Fresh 30 for Clayton State. And Grimsley fires into Foster at the top of the three-point circle. Loops it to Merriweather. Lost it, regained, floats in the paint, and one. And there's that touch again, Bill.
She has quietly had, I think, one of the better games. I know we have been talking about Asia Grimsley, and rightfully so, but, you know, Merriweather, you mentioned the touch. It's been there. She's also been active with some steals. She's gotten some good and hard-fought rebounds, but, you know, really is scoring around the basket has been really nice.
Alicia finishes the and one. She's got 11. Lakers back up 12. 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. USC Aiken with the ball and trying to get something together. They haven't really done better than that 7-0 run they had after they trailed 10-0 to start the game. And then a reach-in foul on Clayton State. And Alicia Merriweather, just the first for the junior from Augusta.
Waters going to the bench for USC Aiken, too. This is a nice opportunity down low for the Lakers then. One of the best players for USC Aiken out.
Chandler hands to Two-Wheel on the dribble with Bland on her. Now back out top, it's Bruce, and then loses it. Foster, and gets it swiped away from her. Ahead of the field is Bruce, and all of a sudden they close ranks and gets it blocked. Two-Wheel follows but can't finish, and the Lakers come away with it, so they dodge one there. Grimsley right to the hoop, and no foul. Came up with air, stolen by Foster, and is able to poke it to Grimsley, but she was stepping out of bounds when she did it. Oh, that was a nice play there by Asia Grimsley. Excuse me, by Tatiana Foster. Yeah. But she had her foot on the baseline.
And speaking of Tatiana Foster's foot,
now we have a whistle here as they were trying to get Elena Ponder into the game, the freshman from Smyrna.
But
she replaces Chandler, who's got a problem, I think, with one of her fingers on her right hand.
Tatiana Foster, though, is actually playing with some turf toe and playing well. I mean, you can hardly tell, but it's like her fourth toe. It's not her big toe. Turf toe injuries are really painful.
Any toe injury.
That's true. But, I mean, I don't know how it's on her fourth toe, and she's playing so well and can hardly not even notice a limp.
Lakers poke the entry pass away and come away with it. Foster was looking ahead but couldn't squeeze the trigger there, so she'll pull it back. And the Lakers set it up. Double screens. Gets one from Rackley. The floater is good by Foster. Tatiana with her first basket. She has been playing very well in the last couple of games, and she gets on the board. And they break the pressure, and then the ball goes out of the hands of Toomey on the setup. Grimsley's got it for Clayton State. And then Foster on the pass into the paint is picked off. Driving to the basket, Sade Johnson nicely done on the layup. Her first points. And the Lakers ahead 39-27 as we are about 4.5 into this third quarter. And Emily Waters will get set the next stoppage to check in. The floater again from Foster is good for Clayton State. Up 14, 41-27. The steal from Rackley.
And like you said, Waters is going to come back in, but we're seeing that the little breather she's had, they're able to go down low. There's really not a huge presence down low. Right now, the biggest player you have is Star Toomey down there for Aiken.
And they're taking their pretty time. And then stopping and popping at the foul line, but missing was Foster. And then the pass almost thrown out of bounds, but a nice grab by Ponder to keep it with the Pacers. Spinning, shooting, missing was Toomey. AB with the board. And now Kalina Coleman getting her team into the front court and calling a timeout. Something happened that Kalina didn't like as far as a set that they had that maybe they didn't run. And so a timeout on the floor. 4:30 left in this third quarter. Clayton State out to their biggest lead of this contest, 41-27, a 14-point cushion over the Pacers of USC Aiken. Today's broadcast would not be possible without the generous support of Laker basketball broadcast partners, Bojangles, Clayton County Television, Georgia's Own Credit Union, the Development Authority of Clayton County, and Ortho Atlanta. You know, I want to say something else about Keith Jackson, the great announcer who passed away today at the age of 89. And Keith Jackson, I guess, most famously known for doing college football. And as we said, you know, Whoa Nelly. Yeah. And what was the other one?
Granddaddy of them all.
Granddaddy of them all, regards to the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
But Keith Jackson also called NBA basketball. And Keith Jackson was the voice of ABC's basketball coverage, game of the week back in the day when, for me, when the New York Knicks won the World Championship in 1970 for the first time. And Keith Jackson was play-by-play guy. And I always kept Keith Jackson tucked away from me for that.
Yeah.
While almost everybody thinks about Keith Jackson for college football, I think of him being the guy that, for me, that I remember. Sure, it was Marv Albert on the radio, but the national telecast on ABC was Keith Jackson.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Jack Twyman was a great basketball player with the Cincinnati Royals, and he was the color commentator. Oh, nice looping setup pass for Grimsley, but she cannot finish, and coming away with her the paces.
That's some solid sports acumen right there, Mitch.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. I didn't know that.
And Keith Jackson, it goes in for Waters off the setup pass. So Emily Waters, who only had 2 points in the first half, now 6 here in the third quarter for a total of 8. Keith Jackson also would do the ABC baseball. He would call games with Howard Cosell. And I remember at one point early in my career as an intern at ABC Eyewitness News. Channel 7 was the ABC affiliate. It was like the flagship affiliate.
Yeah.
And I worked for the local. And we would get the live in-house feed from ABC broadcast. So that could be, a shot from Cape Kennedy, for a moon shot or something like that, or could be a sporting event. So I remember I used to have the feed for some sort of space launch, and it was Frank Reynolds was the guy's name, and he was a chain smoker. During the commercials, Frank Reynolds would chain smoke during the commercials. And I only knew this because I was getting the live feed when I would be in there and I would see this. And I'll never forget Keith Jackson and Howard Cosell calling a Yankees-Brewers playoff series, and it was a strike year, so it was when there were no division winners at the half seasons, and the Yankees were playing the Brewers, and in between the breaks, I would get Howard Cosell's call of all the stuff that he wouldn't say live on the air but would say in the background. And let me just say, it was classic.
I was going to say, that probably was entertaining, just as entertaining, more entertaining.
More entertaining. Waters misses on the free throw. Lakers come away with the rebound. Oh, he kept saying, I told you, Keith. I told you that was the way it was going to happen. And it did. So there. And now we are back with action. As I've lost my mind for a few seconds. That's not true either. 7 to shoot for Clayton State. Saunders with it. Gets it to Bland. Open for a 3 and won't go. Waters again. Oh, Asia Grimsley was behind her, and she almost pulled the chair out from underneath Waters, who fell backwards and lost the basketball.
Yeah, that was a nice move. Well, you see it sometimes, but I like to see it more. The chair pull, that classic step back.
Wow.
They're going to go back in there, inside there, and that's just a good defensive play that way.
3:30 left here, and the ball nicely swiped out of the hands of Saunders by Marissa Bruce. Well done there by the freshman. 3:30 left in the third. Lakers up 12. They've led by as many as 14. They've never trailed. So they've been in control of this one from the start. 10 to shoot. Grimsley to Johnson. Pump fakes, drives, puts it up, and lays it in so nicely. So VJ with 4, and the Lakers up 14 again. Nice setup to Waters, who gets it outside for a 3. That won't go. The attempt by Lanisha Lee, and that 3 does fall by Chandler again. So that's a trio now of 3s from Carrie Chandler. Floater off the glass from Grimsley. Back at the other end. Take that, says Asia. 45-32 Clayton State. And then a reach in from Johnson. And I tell you what, right now, see, Lakers have been winning this whole game, and they're winning by double digits right now. But Kalina Coleman has got it going on the sidelines right now. She is not happy with a damn thing right now, Bill.
Well, isn't that what the coaches always do? Is when you're up, it's almost worse when you're winning, right?
And she's got a scowl going on, and she wants more.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. 13-point lead for Clayton State. And losing on the dribble and coming away with it for Clayton State is Grimsley. 3-on-2. The fake leaves it off for Johnson, who turns and is fouled. Asia, I think, waited maybe, what do you think, a tick too long to make a decision there?
Yeah, about a half second too long. Yeah, it seems like with coaches, and I think it's honestly, I think it's a good thing, is when you're up like that, you see a lot of coaches will even coach harder, maybe get into their team a bit more. When you're down, you'd say, well,
they find something. They pick something.
Well, but you'd say, well, why wouldn't you do that when you're down? Well, you don't want to panic a team either. You don't want to say, okay, we're losing. Let me go after some players because they're already down. They know they're down. That's when you kind of need to be that calming voice, that okay, look, let's get everything back in balance.
Oh, Johnson misses both, but then the swipe on the glass, and from a weird angle, A.B. Rackley's able to put it home. Then the steal for Clayton State. Rackley down low, and she got it stolen from her. Lakers up by 15, by the way, 47-32. And double team there. Lakers can't come away with it. And now they'll set it up in the half court with Chandler. But Rackley, that was a tough hoop. Two-wheel from downtown. Air.
I think it might have been partially blocked.
Offensive rebound and in and out by the Pacers, and Rackley with the board. Foster flying up the left sideline, and then Kalina just told her to slow it down with a minute and a half remaining here in this third quarter. And Clayton State, biggest lead is 15 right now at 47-32. And Asia Grimsley with 17 points has been guiding the path, if you will. Rackley, 5 to shoot. Now it's Bland. Pump fakes, drives, puts it up, and no good at the buzzer. and didn't hit the rim, went off the glass, so it's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. That's what they want to do is slow it down, but, not that slow.
And it's even better for Kalina because that gives her something else to gripe about.
We talked about this early on in the season. This is basically a new team other than A.B. Rackley. You got a lot of new faces out there from last season. And
then a timeout with the double team right at the half-court line. And so the Pacers do get the timeout with 51.3 seconds left in the third. And the Lakers leading USC Aiken 47-32.
But I think, we go back to that A.B. Rackley was the only really returner who played last year. And, Kalina was talking about, hey, I'm just trying to simplify things now so they can go out and play. And it seems like, that helps sometimes. At first, it's kind of the getting to know you period. Mm-hmm. Then they struggled shooting. And now, okay, I think good coaches make adjustments. She's making those adjustments. She's just saying, look, this is what I want you to do. Simplify it. Go out and play. Play the tough defense that we're used to, but then slow it down a bit offensively. Don't take the stupid shots. And, the nice part is I think we're seeing that here today, and we're seeing, a much improved team. And I know they've lost 2 in a row, but this is a team that even with those 2 wins at home the last time we saw them,
right,
they look better today.
45 seconds remaining. Pacers basketball, 6 to shoot, down by 15. And 3. Oh, and then the drive and the miss. Find some space by Bruce, but couldn't finish. Lakers on the run. And it's Grimsley who draws body and the foul. She goes down hard, and she'll go to the line. So Asia still pushing it. Under 30 seconds remaining. Grimsley, as I said, with 17. Asia on the season averaging 8.5. So this will help her scoring average go up, and we've still got another 10 minutes to go.
And pretty good at the line for the season, as you were mentioning, but today about 50%.
Good on the first. Substitution now for the Pacers as Lee goes out, and it's Shayla Baldwin, the freshman forward from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, who reports in. Grimsley's second. Bounces away, the rebound for the Pacers, and Toomey with another one. And they're able to break the pressure. Two-wheel. And got it swiped, poked nicely by Foster to Valencia Johnson, and the Lakers with it and then throw it away, as it was a nice intention from Grimsley to try and get Rackley set up, but again, a little bit too strong and a little bit in traffic as well. Lakers with the double team pressure in the backcourt. Chandler able to dribble her way out of it, going coast to coast, floats it up and in, and they call it travel. So it was nicely done until the very end for Carrie A. Chandler, the junior from Powder Springs, who will now go out in the final 6 seconds of this third quarter. Chandler with 11. Lakers with it, 5 seconds left. Foster gives to Grimsley for 3 at the buzzer, and it does not come close. 3 quarters in the books. Lakers on top of USC Aiken, 48-32. Bill and I back just a minute. Back with it to start the fourth, Mitch and Bill, and a 16-point Lakers lead on USC Aiken. Pacers start the fourth with the basketball. And still hopeful that they can get something going on. Unfortunately for them there, that three-pointer was way off the mark by Marissa Bruce, but they got the ball back. And driving to the basket and getting swatted away by Hardman there. Wow, Bruce got rejected. Brittany Hardman, are you kidding? Whoa. Now that really deserves a whoa, Nelly. Brittany Hardman with her third block of the season, and it was one to remember.
That was fierce.
Jade Hayes to Saunders. High screen. Gives it to the screener on the give and go is Hardiman, but can't finish, and then the ball goes over to the Pacers. Two-wheel gets it over to the wing to Bruce. And they'll swing it left side. Phoenicia Howard back to Bruce, drives, and is fouled. And that foul will go on Clayton State's Brittany Hardman. She of the most recent swat away. And that will send number 15, Marissa Bruce, to the line. And she nails the first. Only a 60% foul shooter on the year. She averages 8.5 points per game. So the free throw for Bruce, her first point of the afternoon.
Just looking at the recent stats, too, the Lakers, got to give them credit here. They've shot really well in the second half. 46%. That's really good. I mean, that is a heck of an improvement.
Well, it's been on Laker-like.
Yeah. They were about, 28%, I think, the last home game for the entire game.
Clayton State with a 16-point lead here. 14-point lead. Three-pointer is good by Jade Hayes from the left corner. And so Jade is on the board in style to start the fourth quarter. And the Lakers ahead by 17, 51-34. Biggest lead. Corner three for the Pacers, offline by Shayla Baldwin, but they get the offensive board. Down low, set up Waters. She turns, can't get the roll, and another board by Merriweather, who will dribble it up. Hayes now in the right corner. Back with it. Now Clarity on the left wing. Screen from Hardman, drives, and the wild hook attempt goes out of bounds.
Again, we talk about Merriweather, but her ball handling skills, we're getting to see a lot of that today.
Yes, you're right about that.
It's good.
She's smooth at that. The ball bounces off of Alicia's foot. She's got it, drives to the basket, stops, and can't get it to roll. And then coming away with it was Bruce for the Pacers. And she's looking for a foul there on the right sideline, and a nice pass to Waters for the layup. Emily Waters set up nicely there by the Pacers. I couldn't see who it was there, Bill.
Two-wheel was on the outside, but yeah, that's a little bit too easy when you leave Waters that wide open.
And driving to the basket again is Merriweather with the little flying hook shot. And so Alicia now has 13. And the Lakers are up 17 again. And there's a travel in the backcourt. Good defense by both Clarity and Saunders to force the travel by Chandler.
I think also Hayes and Hardiman, too, have been they've been having those quiet games here, especially in the second half, where they're getting some minutes off the bench, and they've been productive. I like what I see. That's good to have that.
Clarity gets the screen, is able to drive to the basket and can't finish. But gets the rebound, and then it goes off of her. So good fight by Clarity there, the freshman. However, couldn't get anything to go right there for her. And here's Waters to bring it up. And now she'll look for help and get it poked out of her hand, and then she's able to dribble it again, and they call it a double dribble there.
Well, I mean, it wasn't taken away from her. She got contacted, but then she started to dribble again, and I was thinking that.
Were you?
Yeah,
it was weird.
Well, it was a late whistle. But she picked up her dribble and started again.
Hayes in and out on the three, flying for the rebound was Merriweather, and then the ball goes out of bounds off of Alicia. But good hustle by another Laker there. Whistle, substitution, as Waters will come out, and in for her is Toomey. Toomey, born in Monrovia, Liberia. Played some hoops at East Georgia State before coming to USC Aiken. Break the pressure. Set it up down low, and then Toomey was going up and got it swatted out of her mitts. Goes out of bounds, and it will stay with the Pacers.
If memory serves correctly, I think Liberia is one of those countries that is one of the few outside the United States that uses like Fahrenheit.
Interesting tidbit from Bill Schindler there. The three-pointer came up short, and Hardman the board.
Empirical systems. I got some weird facts sometimes.
Clarity for three. Air ball. And after getting caught in tight there, the Pacers able to come away with it. Under 6 minutes left in this ball game. Lakers up by 17, make it 15 on the elbow jumper by Chandler. Here's Saunders for the Lakers, goes behind the back, it's a screen, shoots. And then fighting for the rebound there, nicely two-wheel with the flip to Johnson on the run, gets into the paint, and then finds Lee open for the three-pointer, but she came up short, and the Lakers get the rebound, and then the timeout from Kalita Coleman with 5:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Lakers on top of USC Aiken, 53-38. Oh, the things you people missed during the break. Bill Schindler with an education lesson on Liberia.
See, if you were only sitting back at the ABC station, Mitch.
Well, no. Our
It's not Howard Cosell, but I was giving Mitch a little
Terrence
history
is our guy. Terrence hears all.
Yeah.
Terrence, do you hear us during the break, Terrence? Yes, thumbs up. Three-pointer from Grimsley won't go. Nice offensive rebound by Foster, though, and she'll reset.
Thing that we don't tell people is I'm really a super nerd.
Well,
I mean that I stick to sports, but man,
nice dribble drive, but can't finish with the layup attempt was Foster. Yes, you are correct, Bill. Getting back to that. Bruce puts up the layup attempt, and the rebound. Foster goes to A court-length pass to Grimsley, stolen away, and the Pacers come back with it. Two-wheel in the corner, double-teamed, and is able to get it out to Ponder. 53-38, Lakers on top. Approaching 4 minutes remaining in this one. And then, that should have been a travel. And Colleen is saying it.
Yeah.
As Bruce threw it up in the air, passed it to herself. Kalina Coleman exactly right.
It's similar to the one that Waters had earlier.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, it was. So Foster will dribble out as much clock as possible here before she passes to Bland. Now Grimsley's got it. Foster back, baseline, short. Offensive rebound, Rackley got blocked, and then the ball out of bounds, and it will stay with the Lakers. Two-wheel will go out now for the Pacers, and in is Phoenicia Howard from Munford, Tennessee. Oh, and then the pass from Bland is saved by Foster, and at the elbow was able to pass it back to Taquana. Baseline jumper is good from 10 feet out. So Taquana gets on the board. Lakers up by 17 again. And the pass almost thrown away, but still with USC Aiken. Driving to the basket and getting fouled was Howard. So Phoenicia Howard will go to the line. She's got 3 points. The personal going on Grimsley.
Wow. 2
on Asia.
I thought it would be on Rackley. Contacted in the air, but I got her before I guess she went up.
And the first free throw is missed by Phoenicia Howard. It's only her 3rd free throw attempt on the season, now 1 of 3.
Really have not been that many fouls in this game. I'm not complaining about that. It's just
yeah, you're right.
Been pretty clean.
The most that someone has is 2. Slew of players with 2 as the Lakers, as the Pacers miss both. 3 is no good. Rackley another rebound. And Rackley, another bucket for her would give her a double-double. 8 points right now, 11 rebounds for Rack. Here's a 3. Can't get it there. The rebound of the Pacers. 2.5 remaining. Clayton State has led from start to finish. Up 17 here on the Pacers. Bruce drives, loses it, out of bounds. It'll stay with USC Aiken. And deciding on who will throw it in for the Pacers, and it will be Elena Ponder. Nice pass, gets it into Bruce, but she couldn't finish.
By the way, Ponder was high school teammates with Tatiana Foster.
Was she?
Yeah. So now you've got those two against each other right now.
Right now. Going to get a screen from Johnson. So the switch. Driving to the basket is Foster. The hook won't go, but she was fouled. And they'll give the foul to Selena Vega. That's 2 on the sophomore from Orlando. Foster will go to the line. Tatiana, her first visit to the free throw stripe. And she misses on her first attempt on the season. Tats, as they call her, 79%. So that's a rare miss.
She and Ponder were both same high school team back in Smyrna last year, both freshmen.
Marietta High School. And Tatiana goes 1 of 2 at the stripe. She's got 5. Lakers up by 18, 56-38. Another biggest lead of the game, and then the ball out of bounds. Nice defense by Tats as she poked the ball off of her friend Ponder. Right out of her hands. So they're going mano a mano.
Hey, it's just like practice last year.
Would that be, by the way, Womano?
Maybe.
I've gone lost again, Bill. Breaking away is Grimsley, and the foul, and a good one there by Howard. I've lost my mind.
Player-to-player defense. That's what I've been told. Player-to-player
Player to
defense.
player?
Yes.
I mean,
Not man-to-man. You go player-to-player.
So why not woman to woman? Or Womano to Womano? You got to say it slow, by the way.
Yeah.
There is no way to get it out cleanly. First free throw is good by Grimsley. See, this is what happens when a game's a blowout. You got to find things to have fun with.
Well, they're doing exactly what they were doing, though, the last time when they played them over in Aiken.
Well, they won by 21, and they're in line to do it here. They lead by 20, 58-38, Clayton State. Pacers with it. Missing on the baseline was Howard. Rackley comes away with it and tries to lead Grimsley, but it goes out of bounds, just a touch out of her reach. So with 1:18 left, Lakers up 20. Ponder with it, now to Johnson, drives, blocked by Valencia Johnson, but they're going to say that there was a foul. There was contact. VJ picks up her second. Meantime, Johnson hits the free throw, gives her 3. Redshirt junior guard from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Nails them both. Cuts the Lakers lead back to 18, 58-40. And that'll be it for Rackley, so she won't get her double-double as Hardman comes back in. So AB takes a seat. And in a minute, the rest of the Lakers will do the same as well. Under a minute remaining now. Clarity up top. This is Grimsley, stops and pops and banks it home.
Ooh, sweet.
That was sweet, is right. Asia Grimsley's had herself a game.
Let's see if they can get to over 21 now.
And a nice swoop to the hoop and make there for Elena Ponder. That was her first bucket. She had 6 turnovers in the loss up at Aiken in the first game. So she finishes this game with a nice bucket. Lakers now with 10 to shoot, and then the foul. And that's on Howard. That'll be 2. So Saunders to fire in. 18 seconds left. No shot clock. Lakers, I would expect, will just dribble this thing out. And then there's a foul as Ponder picks up her second. I checked at her first. And Saunders tried to draw it there and didn't, and that will be it. So the Lakers win by 21 up at Aiken about 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago. And here at Clayton State, the Lakers prevail again, 60-42. So the Lakers improved to 7-7 on the season, even up their record both overall and in the Peach Belt at 4-4. Go to 5-1 at home. While for USC Aiken, they have lost their 9th in a row and are 0-8 in the Peach Belt, in falling here by the score of 60-42. So time for the Development Authority of Clayton County postgame report as we get head coach Kalina Coleman in, and we'll talk with Kalina about this victory. You come back home, Coach. Welcome in. You come home after a rough road trip, and you do your thing at home. Home's always good.
You're right. It's always good
and it
home.
felt like that was the case right from the get-go when you guys went up 10-zip.
Yeah, it did. But as you see, giving credit to Aiken, I knew coming in that there was a team that wouldn't stop fighting. And I told even the coach and my players before the game that there was a dangerous team. So I knew we had to come out and from the jump just have some intensity to start out on them because I didn't want to play a half-court game with them. So my girls came in today and they executed.
Well, you had some fight in you as well. You were up 15 towards the end of the third quarter, and I love this about you. You're finding stuff. I mean, I know coaches do that. That's a coach thing. But you did, and at one point you had a glowering look that I couldn't look at you because I was nervous.
No,
but you have to be happy.
I'm very happy. I'm always happy for a win. I just wanted to make sure that they stay focused. That's what I told them. Like, don't let up. Stay focused because there were times where, in games past that we had a lead and they lost focus. You get comfortable with a lead, but we're working on it. Keep pushing. Don't stop until the clock is over. The clock is on 0 in the fourth quarter. So I had to keep them on the
Just
on
got
the
the
toes.
stats handed to us, Coach. Asia Grimsley with a 22-point game. She took 20 shots.
Yeah.
That's not a number that we're used to seeing
You're
around
right.
here from one player.
You're right. But I must say, I thought, only a couple, but I thought she had good looks. It wasn't like it was selfish shots.
Right.
I thought they were great looks, especially in the first quarter when she made her three. So I thought she played well tonight. She did. So hopefully I can get some consistency in it to carry on.
Talk to me a little bit about Alicia Merriweather also. She had 13 points, and she's just so smooth.
Yeah.
I mean, her shot is so smooth. She dribbles smooth. I mean, she really feels effortless in watching her. Even when she's going to the basket and she's got players around her, it almost seems like it's slow motion sometimes.
Yeah, I know. It drives me crazy, too. But actually, and it's not. I mean, she's really going hard. Alicia's a great player, and when she puts it all together, it's going to look beautiful, more than what you've seen tonight. I mean, because this is good for her and her confidence because the last couple of games she's been struggling. So it's good for her to come out and grab some rebounds and score 6 for 10 from the field, so scoring 13 points. I thought she played well also. So.
All right, so we got another game on Monday, MLK Day, and then another one on Wednesday. So there's a lot of quick turnarounds, a lot of work to do.
Exactly.
I guess the most important thing is keeping everybody rested.
Exactly. As you've seen, I should have took Tatiana out earlier. She has a little injury, so I want to make sure she get rest, and a lot of them. While Shakoria getting rest as well. So hopefully we'll have everybody back because we know the road is tough for us ahead, but we keep fighting.
What are you going to do for rest, Kalina?
Rest? What is that? Hey, we got to win games, so I rest when it's over, and I'm not ready for it to be over.
No, we aren't either.
That's
great
right.
game, great win. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Thank you.
All right, Kalina Coleman after a 60-42 Lakers win over us. Oh, I didn't see that. Get back in here. Put the headset back on. Wait a second. Oh, Breland had 13 rebounds. I didn't realize the last time I looked she had 10. We were trying to get her the double-double.
Yeah. Oh, and I took her out.
I said that. I mentioned that.
Oh, I didn't know. You got to give me a look. Like,
no, I told you I was afraid to look at you. Go ahead, Kalina. Get out of here. All right. Always good to have fun with Coach Coleman, especially after a win, and the Lakers did it by the score of 60-42. We continue now with the Development Authority of Clayton County postgame report as Bill steps back in. Development Authority of Clayton County serves as staff of the Board of Commissioners, the Development Authority, the Redevelopment Authority, and the Urban Redevelopment Agency. They're all charged with attracting and maintaining jobs and interest in the community by collaborating with organizations and municipalities to leverage assets and resources. All right, Bill, so you heard Kalina, and, this wasn't a pretty game, but there were some aspects of it, particular Lakers that I thought played pretty basketball, but Let's just close it out with your thoughts on this Lakers win.
I think it's one of those. They took care of business today. They did execute what she wanted, a little bit slower offense, still the fast-paced defense. And we've learned that, we're going to have to, even though she's got that glare, we're going to have to tell her if somebody's close to a double-double.
I guess so. Sometimes I wonder if she hears me, because Kalina, I'll have to bring this up with her. Remind me the next time. She has a tendency to stand right in front of me.
Yeah.
Jimmy does it too.
It's just one of.
I got to look around them, but it's she had that look. I wasn't lying.
It's upping your degree of difficulty, like me right now. I'm not on camera anymore.
No, we are actually. Take a look at yourself.
No, but I see. I've got somebody in front of me.
Of us.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hi there. I'm looking. I'm watching right here. See, I have my screen. I don't know how. We're on like
there we go.
A 15-second delay or something like that. There we go.
Yeah.
I was just showing you one of my moves, by the way. All right, we've had too much fun during this broadcast. We'll get serious in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
On to the men's game.
Time for us to get some rest. So we thank you for watching the Development Authority of Clayton County post-game report. We ask you to stay right where you are or stay close. Bill and I will be back in just a few minutes. We'll preview what's coming up next when it comes to the men of USC Aiken and Clayton State. Back in just a couple of minutes.